Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Astrological Intentions. I am your host, Alex Reevy, along with the ravenous renovator herself, Sandy Reevy.
Hi, everyone.
It is episode 372, the week of September 8th. Let's get right into it. In the transits, we start off with Sandy's favorite day on Friday, September 12th, Sun sextile Jupiter.
Saying yes to the correct question.
And Mercury sextile Jupiter.
With your head on straight.
And Saturday, September 13th, we have Mercury cazimi the Sun.
Superior connections.
And Talisman times, we have 3 to highlight for you on the horizon. Our Talisman trunk show this week. And in our house, I have some updates on dog names. So stay tuned for this episode of Astrological Intentions.
I say go do you. Now travel far, share your stories and earn your scars. It's you. Say you are the one, you will answer to when this life is done. Don't waste a minute, jump in the river. Wash yourself clean so you can deliver you. The story of...
Hello, ravenous renovator.
Oh my
You're
gosh.
helping doing some cool renovations at your brother's place. So that's exciting.
No, it's been fun, and everybody's involved. My other brother and their wives and nephews helping move. It's just been, we're actually demolishing part of it.
Right. I mean, that's part of renovations there.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get right into it. We have a short week, and it's going to, like, the highlights are on Friday and Saturday. So let's get into the transits. Your favorite day, Friday, September 12th, Sun sextile Jupiter.
Yeah, saying yes to the correct question. You know, Jupiter is in a really good spot this whole year. Well, from June of this year that we've already experienced, and June of next year, Jupiter is in the place of his exaltation, meaning highly regarded, honored, high respect. It's kind of like, you know, Jupiter is really able to provide effective and abundant. He just magnifies everything. You know, it's he's the planet of growth. So, and besides, even when he's in a difficult place, he, you know, like when he's in Capricorn, the place of his fall, still can provide things. Just might be delayed or a little bit harder of work to do, but still can provide. But in its exaltation, and with the sun coming and making a sextile to this from the sign of Virgo. So this happens at 19 degrees, and it's just, you know, the sun is in Virgo, you know, so there's a Virgoian discernment, practicality around this. When Jupiter wants to expand, the sun is saying, let's make this common sensible.
Right.
Right. And have a little discernment in this. But then once you do, and you can throw caution to the wind, you know, and give it a try, the idea here is you can say you gave it a try.
Right.
I really like this feeling of, but the potential of, hey, if I say no to everything, then it's a closed door, right? Then I'm just going to sit down here on my bum. But if I say yes to those things that, oh, I've always wanted to do that, now I have an opportunity, say yes. But if you never wanted to jump out of a plane and you're giving an opportunity, you may say, you know what, something not on my list, you know, no, thank you. Right. But I'll go watch you. I'll take videos from the ground. There just seems like saying a yes, you know, opening up a door of something that you've been wanting to do in the past that is easier to do now. But again, it's like, hey, do you want to go when you get 5 invitations on Saturday? Discern, you can't do them all. Right?
Right.
Figure out timing on this and location, and maybe you can do 3. Do a morning, an afternoon, and an evening event. But because Jupiter wants to offer more. And Sun in Virgo says, let me pick and choose.
Right. And the other transit, Friday, September 12th, same date, is Mercury sextile Jupiter.
Well, listen to that. Mercury's in Virgo. Very highly programmed. He is effective, efficient, knows the process,
Mm-hmm. Right.
knows what is possible, and can keep your head on straight, right? Because the Jupiter's like, both of these planets are in their place of exaltation. So they both like where they are. This doesn't happen very often.
Mm-hmm.
So, you should go the proper way. It's Mercury will want to be sensible, that you don't overdo, or that you're not overdue.
Right.
Right.
True.
We'll keep you on like time's up, right? Time to go to bed, time to go to work. All right, stop spending, put your credit card away. You're at the limit, or whatever the limit you proposed, right? So I really like this. That's why it's my favorite day, because the Sun and Mercury are within the next couple days. Boom, they're within the heart of each other. Well,
right.
Mercury's in the heart of the Sun. So anyway,
right.
You can cue that up now.
And so Saturday, September 13th, we have Mercury cazimi, the Sun at 20 degrees of Virgo.
Yeah, this is at 5:52 a.m. So we already know that this is happening throughout the midnight hour. This is the superior conjunction, the superior cazimi. This Mercury is not retrograde, and just for you astrology students, is that Mercury and the Sun come together 6 times a year. Why? Because Mercury goes retrograde 3 times. And in that time when the Mercury is moving to retrograde and he's moving toward the Sun,
Mm-hmm.
he does the cazimi in the retrograde. And then he becomes a morning star. And then the Sun, then he starts speeding up and he catches up to the Sun, because now Mercury's going fast. And he catches up to the Sun and he's going to cross over the Sun to be an evening star. But he is not retrograde. He's faster. He's going to pass up. He's going to pass up the Sun.
Right.
And that's when he's direct and he's becoming an evening star. So that's the 1 and the 2. So once direct, once retrograde, and the next one direct. So then he's now an evening star, and he starts retrograding and the Sun catches up with him as he goes backwards. And so the next time they cazimi one another, he will be retrograde. So it's alternating. Cazimi retrograde, cazimi direct. Cazimi retrograde, cazimi direct. So, what do you do during those times that are different?
Right. So yeah, that's a really short week.
Yeah. Well, but I'm going to say, what do you do that is different during these retrograde Mercury cazimis?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Kind of when in this particular one, the superior connection is, you can spot the correct answer. It's not, you don't have to go within. It's not retrograde. You don't have to go within self. You can actually ask your guides, actually ask your angels, because now Mercury is going to an evening place, the place of Vespers, right? The evening prayers. So
the place of what? Did you say whispers? Vespers. What is that?
Vespers, which is the evening prayer. It used to be it's a ancient term that you would do your Vespers at night. If you lived in a monastery, or if you were in a nun or monk, you had Vespers at night, which is your prayer at night.
Okay. All right. So that's the week ahead. Wow. So
a little bit different than last week.
Mm-hmm.
Lots going on last week.
Mm-hmm. So let's move into talisman times. We have 3 that we want to highlight. And also, I'll note it here as well as on the horizon, but we have our talisman trunk show coming up on Wednesday. Really excited about it. You're going to be featuring lots of talismans, all in a live video form where people can see a close up. They can understand a little bit more of where the meaning comes from of all of these talismans. So if you are interested, definitely get your raffle tickets. And if you want to see some in particular, then join in. And email us and let us know which ones you want to see. So we'll add them to the list.
I go over the charts. We put that on the screen and show the bracelet, whether it's a large bead or small bead, the colorations, and what the intention and affirmation really have as its power.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's move to the talisman that you're going to be making September 10th as well, which is in the evening time, number 1830, to shine with abundance and grace.
My very presence is a blessing. I draw to me relationships, opportunities, and a community that reflect peace and prosperity. This is the moon in Taurus. Again, here's another planet of exaltation. Moon in Taurus is rising over the horizon in the third lunar mansion. And, if you follow the Arabic lunar mansions, the third one is one that I always try and use. A lot of magicians focus on the third lunar mansion. It's just a place where all great things are promised, or all great things are given.
Okay. I like that because 3 is my lucky number.
Yeah.
So let's move on to 1831, Thursday, September 11th, to flow intellect and intuition together.
My mind is open to higher wisdom, beauty, and truth. My voice uplifts myself and others on the path of growth. Again, here we are, because it's Thursday now morning, and the moon is still in Taurus, and it's making a trine to Mercury in Virgo, which, Mercury is said to be in domicile and is exaltation in the first house. So Mercury having the wits about him, right? The wits about knowing how to put one foot in front of the other into a proper programmable, whether it's study or teaching or writing or learning. There's just this place of intellect and intuition together, because it's the moon. Because the moon is the memory, the intuition, the feel. And Mercury is the reality, the intellect.
Right.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's the mind. I mean, Mercury is the mind. So to open the mind to higher wisdom, the beauty is the Taurus, and truth is moon and Mercury. And my voice is Mercury, uplifts myself in the first house and others, because the moon is in the 9th house, on a path of growth, expansion. So I really like this one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And Friday, September 12th, so we got like boom, boom, boom with talismans, number 1832, to honor the lessons of partnership.
My inner stability allows me to create lasting connections and the spiritual depth of commitment. So again, moon in Taurus, exalted in Taurus, is in the 9th house as well, now making a sextile to Saturn. And Saturn now is not in Aries because he's retrograde, and he moved back from Aries, boom, to Pisces. Now, Saturn is not Saturn is in fall, Fall, like fallen and can't get up.
Right.
So Saturn in Aries, which we experienced for about 3 or 4 months, isn't well equipped, isn't well resourced. And doesn't rule Pisces, but he's in better position. He's out of his fall here in retrograde, even though he is in retrograde. So, he gets a minus for retrogression, but he goes into a house, or excuse me, and he's in the 7th house here. He's in the 7th house of relationships. So this is, to honor Saturn, the lessons, Saturn, of partnership, Saturn in the 7th house, and my inner stability, Moon in Taurus, right? Earth, Moon is grounded here, allows me to create lasting connections, Saturn, long lasting, long term, and the spiritual depth, Pisces, of commitment, Saturn in 7th. So I just wanted to weave, because I found my knitting needles, side note. So I want to knit together, actually. You don't weave with knitting needles. I haven't found my crochet hook yet, but I found my knitting needles and I'm going to keep them.
Yeah. And that's also kind of like a beautiful imagery too, of the blending of two pieces together, because that's also like what all three of these talismans have in common. To shine with abundance and grace, that's taking abundance and grace and putting them together. To flow intellect and intuition together, that kind of combining. And also to honor the lessons of partnership. Partnership is a collective of two people together. So I just think that that's really beautiful. That, like, I mean, it's random that you brought up that you found your knitting needles, but
and there's two there that make one item.
Those two ends kind of come together. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the horizon, where we just have one major update, which is the Talisman Trunk Show is happening this Wednesday. Sign up today. You do not have to purchase raffle tickets, but why wouldn't you? Because you really are, it's a win-win-win. For every $10 that you spend on a raffle ticket, you get a gift certificate for that full same amount. So you're basically buying a gift certificate, and you happen to be in the drawing for a talisman of your choice, which is pretty wicked cool. So, yes, we would love for you to join us and ask your questions, offer up which talismans you want to learn more information about, or just kind of go with the flow and learn along the way. We would love for you to be there and just join in on the fun. So
it's very, very casual, but intriguing.
So let's move into our house, where I have some updates. Usually it's your updates, but I now have updates. Haha.
Go ahead. I like it. I like to hear.
And I have updates. So last week we talked about possible dog names for my little cutie, and we figured out the name. I'm so happy because I was so lost for so long.
It's better. The way you were talking, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, the dog needs a name. So it has a response, a place to respond to.
Right. It has something to be able to be summoned by. Yeah. So, I mean, I had a long list of dog names.
Let's hear.
Oh my gosh. You want to hear all of them? Okay. Chico, Zorro, Chip, Argos, Bruce, Tajín, Beast, Duende, Nike, Miko, Pepper, Rocky, Chess, Bendito, Echo, Dolly, Naxos, Sol, Rico, Largo, Orion, Jai, and Chi. So long of a list. And
you guys we're good at that.
Right. And it was just like kind of like perfect timing. We were going to a friend's birthday party it was like a hosting in a little outdoor kind of like beer garden type of place that is dog friendly. And it's called Pizza Lobo, and Lobo in Spanish means wolf. So it's like very, very dog friendly. They have all these like little like photos of dogs on their dog wall, and it's all pebble rocks. And there's also these little fire pits that you can sit around. And it basically just feels like someone's back patio, because it's all of those like wired, either like picnic tables or like those like circular wired outdoor furnitures that were back in like the 90s that where it comes around there's chairs, and then there's the tables, and a little hole in it for the umbrellas. And anyway,
outdoor furniture.
There we go. That's it. But like the ones with the grates, you know what I'm talking about. And so it's a little like retro. And even when you go on the inside area, it's meant to look like somebody's like grandma's basement. They have like the old vintage neon signs, the kind of like, I guess like poker things. Anyway, I really like this place, of course. And
now that you have a dog, you can go back a lot.
Yeah. And so we were going there, and I talked to Rocco, and I said, you know what? We need a name, because we keep telling everyone, well, his temporary name is Rocky. And we go there, and on our walk over, I say, you know what? I've been really liking Naxos because it has such a meaning to you and I. We got engaged there. It's one of our favorite Grecian islands. What about that? And so we went there, we introduced the dog. Everyone was so surprised because they weren't even expecting it. And we said his name was Naxos, and it just totally stuck. It was super cute. And his nickname's going to be Nax. It is Nax now. So anyway, and then go figure, we go to a long doggy line for vaccinations the next day, and there were 3 Rockies in line in front of us. And we were like, you know what? We found a really unique name that we have so much meaning behind, and it's just so unique. I don't know if there's any dogs out there that are named Naxos. And if there are, please let me know about them, because I'd be curious.
But you also got a dog picture with his name on it hanging on the wall.
Yep. They like all of the people that were working there, were like, oh my gosh, I need my puppy time. This is so sweet. And they fell in love with him, and they're like, oh, can he be on our puppy wall? And I was like, of course. Like, what's his name? I'm like, Naxos. And it was like the first time that I was really able to kind of like talk to a stranger and tell them his name. So anyway, it was really special, and we are loving the pet parenting. It is exhausting, but we are happy we did it. It's kind of like the transit of like saying yes to the correct question. We said yes to, do you want to be puppy parents? And we did. With our head on straight, we think so. But yeah, anyway, that's the long version of this official dog name that we have.
No, I love it. I do. Yeah.
So I appreciate everyone who's listening. Thank you so much for listening into our podcast. If you do have any questions, don't forget and don't hesitate to reach out to me, alex@intentionbeats.com. And we will see you Wednesday for the Talisman Trunk Show. Talk to you then.
All right. Bye, Naxos.
Bye.
I say go do you. Now travel far, share your stories and earn your scars. It's you. Say you are the one, you will answer to when this life is done. Don't waste a minute, jump in the river. Wash yourself clean so you can deliver you. The story of you, the story of you. The story of you, the story.